escape the rat race. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and the like button right now. It helps us bring more Stoic wisdom to those who need it. And for our returning viewers, welcome back to our sanctuary of calm in this chaotic world. Let's dive straight into a question that might be keeping you up at night. Are you truly living, or are you just endlessly working to live? Do you feel like you're on a hamster wheel, running faster and faster, but never actually getting anywhere that truly matters? That feeling of being trapped in the rat race, as it's often called, is something many of us know intimately. The constant pressure to earn more, buy more, and be more, according to someone else's definition of success. In this video, we're going to explore 6 Stoic paths that can guide you towards real financial independence. These aren't quick fixes or get-rich schemes. Instead, they are deep, philosophical shifts in perspective that, when practiced consistently, can fundamentally change your relationship with money and work, and ultimately, your life. We won't be presenting these as rigid steps, because think of them as interconnected strategies, each building upon the others, to help you forge your own path to freedom. And throughout this video, I want to hear from you. What does financial independence mean to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's create a conversation and learn from each other's perspectives. 1. Virtue as true wealth. The first Stoic path to financial independence starts with a radical redefinition of wealth itself. We live in a society that constantly bombards us with messages equating wealth with material possessions. Bigger houses, faster cars, designer clothes, and exotic vacations. But Stoicism challenges this deeply ingrained notion. For Stoics, true wealth isn't measured in dollars and cents, but in virtue. Virtue, in Stoic philosophy, encompasses qualities like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These are internal strengths, aspects of our character that are entirely within our control. Think about it. Can the stock market crash steal your wisdom? Can inflation erode your courage? Can a recession bankrupt your sense of justice? Absolutely not. These virtues are your true, unshakable assets. Now, how does this relate to financial independence? When you prioritize virtue as your primary wealth, you begin to detach your sense of worth and happiness from external financial metrics. You realize that your value as a person isn't tied to your net worth or your job title. This shift is incredibly liberating. It reduces the pressure to constantly chase more money simply to feel successful or worthy. Consider the Stoic philosopher Seneca, who, despite being incredibly wealthy at times, emphasized the importance of inner riches. He wrote extensively about the dangers of being enslaved by wealth, of becoming a slave to your possessions rather than their master. He understood that true freedom comes from within, from cultivating a virtuous character that is resilient to the ups and downs of fortune. This doesn't mean Stoicism advocates for poverty. It's not about rejecting material comfort. It's about understanding that material wealth is indifferent, neither inherently good nor bad. It's how we use wealth and our attitude towards it that truly matters. A virtuous person can be wealthy or poor and still live a fulfilling life. A vicious person, even if surrounded by riches, will always be lacking in true wealth. So, ask yourself, what are you truly valuing? Are you chasing external validation through material possessions, or are you investing in your inner character, in cultivating virtues that will sustain you regardless of your financial situation? Let me know in the comments, what virtues do you believe are most important for true financial independence? 2. The dichotomy of control. One of the most fundamental and powerful Stoic principles is the dichotomy of control. This principle states that some things are within our control and some things are not. And crucially, our happiness and tranquility depend on correctly identifying which is which and focusing our energy on what we can control. In the context of financial independence, this is incredibly important. Think about all the things that are outside your direct control when it comes to money. The stock market, interest rates, inflation, economic recessions, your boss's decisions, the actions of your competitors. Worrying excessively about these things is not only futile, it's a recipe for stress and anxiety. What is within your control? Your spending habits, your saving rate, your investment strategy, within your risk tolerance, your skills and knowledge, your work ethic, your choices about how you earn and manage your money. These are the areas where you can exert influence and make a real difference. Stoicism encourages us to direct our energy and attention towards these controllable factors. Instead of obsessing over market predictions or complaining about economic conditions, focus on what you can do. Learn new skills to increase your earning potential, create a budget and stick to it. Automate your savings, invest wisely for the long term, and live below your means. This shift in focus is incredibly empowering. It moves you from a position of victimhood, being tossed around by external forces, to a position of agency and control. You realize that while you can't control the economy, you can control your response to it. You can build resilience, adapt to changing circumstances, and make choices that align with your long-term financial goals, regardless of what the market is doing. Think about it. How much time and energy do you spend worrying about things outside your control when it comes to your finances? What are some specific actions you could take today to focus on what you can control? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's brainstorm practical ways to apply the dichotomy of control to our financial lives. 3. Negative visualization. Negative visualization, also known as premeditatio malorum in Latin, is a powerful Stoic practice that might sound counterintuitive at first. It involves deliberately contemplating potential misfortunes, not to dwell on negativity, but to appreciate what we have now and to prepare ourselves mentally and practically for future challenges. In the context of financial independence, negative visualization can be incredibly valuable. Imagine losing your job, experiencing a significant market downturn, or facing unexpected expenses. These are not pleasant thoughts, but by considering these possibilities in advance, you can take proactive steps to mitigate their impact. For example, negative visualization can motivate you to build an emergency fund, diversify your income streams, reduce your debt, and develop skills that are in high demand. It's not about living in fear, but about being realistic and proactive. By mentally preparing for potential setbacks, you become less vulnerable to them when they actually occur. Furthermore, negative visualization cultivates gratitude for what you already have. When you contemplate the possibility of losing something, your health, your relationships, your financial security, you begin to appreciate it more deeply in the present moment. This shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already possess. Imagine for a moment losing everything you own financially. How would you feel? What would you miss the most? Now, consider that you haven't lost those things. You still have them. This simple exercise can be incredibly powerful in fostering gratitude and contentment. Stoicism isn't about being pessimistic. It's about being realistic and resilient. Negative visualization is a tool for cultivating both of these qualities. It helps us appreciate the present, prepare for the future, and avoid becoming complacent or entitled. Have you ever practiced negative visualization in your financial life? What are some potential misfortunes you could contemplate to help you appreciate what you have and prepare for the future? Share your experiences and insights in the comments. 4. Voluntary hardship. Another seemingly counterintuitive Stoic practice is voluntary hardship. This involves intentionally subjecting yourself to minor discomforts and deprivations, not for the sake of suffering, but to build resilience, cultivate gratitude, and detach yourself from dependence on comfort and luxury. In the context of financial independence, voluntary hardship can be incredibly beneficial. By intentionally experiencing periods of frugality and simplicity, you become less reliant on material possessions for happiness. You realize that you can be content with less, which reduces your need to constantly earn more and consume more. Think about practices like intermittent fasting, taking cold showers, decluttering your home, or intentionally spending a weekend without using any money. These small acts of voluntary hardship can have a surprisingly powerful impact on your mindset. They help you appreciate the comforts you normally take for granted, and they build your mental and emotional resilience to handle periods of financial constraint if they arise. Seneca famously practiced periods of voluntary poverty, living as if he had lost all his wealth to prepare himself for the possibility of actual misfortune. He understood that comfort and luxury can make us soft and dependent. Voluntary hardship also helps you break free from the hedonic treadmill, the endless cycle of chasing pleasure and avoiding discomfort. You realize that true happiness isn't found in constant gratification, but in inner peace and contentment, which are cultivated through discipline and self-control. What are some small acts of voluntary hardship you could incorporate into your life to build resilience and detach yourself from material comforts? Have you ever tried any practices like this? Share your experiences and ideas in the comments below. 5. Purpose beyond profit. Escaping the rat race isn't just about achieving financial independence. It's about finding work that is aligned with your values and provides a sense of purpose beyond just earning a paycheck. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living a life of virtue and contributing to the common good. This applies to our work as well. If you're solely focused on maximizing profit and climbing the corporate ladder, you may achieve financial success, but you might also find yourself feeling empty and unfulfilled. Stoicism encourages us to seek work that is meaningful, that allows us to use our skills and talents to serve others and make a positive impact on the world. This doesn't necessarily mean you have to quit your job and become a monk. It means consciously seeking ways to infuse your work with purpose and meaning, even if it's not your dream job. It could involve finding ways to help your colleagues, contributing to your community through your work, or simply approaching your tasks with a sense of craftsmanship and dedication. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, emphasized the importance of fulfilling your duty and contributing to the common good in whatever role you find yourself. He understood that even seemingly mundane tasks can become meaningful when approached with virtue and a sense of purpose. When you find work that is aligned with your values and provides a sense of purpose, it transforms your relationship with money. Work becomes less about just earning a living and more about contributing to something larger than yourself. This can reduce the feeling of being trapped in the rat race, even if you're still working for a paycheck. What kind of work do you find truly meaningful? How can you align your career or your work with your values and your sense of purpose? Share your thoughts and aspirations in the comments. Let's inspire each other to find more meaningful paths. 6. Amor fati. Finally, and perhaps most profoundly, the Stoic path to financial independence involves amor fati, love of fate. This is the Stoic acceptance of everything that happens in life, both the good and the bad, as necessary parts of our journey. It's not about passive resignation, but about active acceptance and finding meaning in every experience. In the context of financial independence, amor fati means accepting that there will be ups and downs, successes and setbacks, periods of abundance and periods of scarcity. The path to financial freedom is not a straight line. It's a winding road with unexpected turns and challenges. Instead of resisting these challenges or wishing things were different, Stoicism encourages us to embrace them as opportunities for growth and learning. When you practice amor fati, you stop chasing a perfect, problem-free financial life. You realize that challenges are inevitable and that it's how you respond to them that truly matters. You learn to find strength in adversity, to extract wisdom from setbacks, and to appreciate the journey itself, rather than just focusing on the destination. Epictetus, the Stoic slave-turned-philosopher, emphasized the importance of accepting what is outside our control and focusing on our response to it. He understood that true freedom comes not from changing our circumstances, but from changing our attitude towards them. Amor Fati is about finding joy and meaning in the present moment, regardless of your financial situation. It's about appreciating the lessons learned from financial struggles, celebrating the small victories along the way, and trusting in your ability to navigate whatever challenges life throws your way. How can you practice Amor Fati in your financial life? How can you embrace the challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning? Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments. Let's explore this powerful Stoic principle together. So there you have it. 6 Stoic paths to real financial independence. Remember, this isn't about getting rich quick. It's about cultivating inner wealth, focusing on what you control, appreciating what you have, building resilience, finding meaningful work, and embracing the journey. It's a lifelong practice, not a destination. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Stoic wisdom. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe for more Stoic insights. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. Until next time, keep practicing Stoicism and keep striving for a life of virtue and purpose. Farewell.